Welcome to DMK Green Living channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. A basic and functional 18th century farmhouse front yard that reflects a rural lifestyle. The farmhouse is constructed of aged wood and features a symmetrical form with a gable roof. There is a tiny stone terrace leading to the front door. The yard is a mix of soil and grass, with herbs and medicinal plants like lavender, thyme, and chamomile carefully organized in a tiny garden near the house. The ambience is serene and unassuming, with no decorative elements or flower arrangements, simply the functional beauty of independent living in the countryside. The front yard of an 18th century home is basic and utilitarian. Years of footfall have carved out a tiny gravel path leading to the wooden front door. The route is surrounded by clusters of weeds that grow sporadically, with a few stones placed throughout. There are no contemporary elements such as concrete or sidewalks. The landscape is produced naturally by the state of the earth. A little area that resembles a lawn grows in front, but it remains wild and mixes in with the natural surroundings. This environment captures the simplicity and rustic beauty of the time. An 18th century farmhouse with a simple front yard sheltered by tall oak and maple trees. The deep limbs of the trees spread wide, creating cool, shimmering shadows across the courtyard and the house itself. The huge trunks of the trees serve as quiet witnesses to generations of rural life, giving shade from the scorching summer sun. The leaves rustle gently in the breeze, resulting in a serene, natural atmosphere. There are no ornate gardens. Instead, big trees dominate the environment, reflecting the beauty and practicality of the farmer's property. A modest, well-kept kitchen garden is near an 18th century farmhouse. The garden is basic yet necessary, with rows of herbs and vegetables meticulously grown to fulfill the family's daily need. Rosemary, sage, and thyme thrive alongside cabbage, carrots, and beans. The garden is surrounded by modest wooden poles or small stones, highlighting its functional purpose. The soil is lush and well-kept, with wooden buckets and gardening tools nearby, indicating that the house's residents take care of it themselves. An 18th century farmhouse's front yard features a small orchard with rows of apple and pear trees. The trees are perfectly arranged, their branches heavy with ripening fruit, throwing shimmering shadows on the grass. Some of the fruit has fallen to the ground, merging with the fallen leaves. The garden is modest and utilitarian, serving as a source of fresh fruit for the family. An old wooden ladder sits against one of the trees, ready for harvesting. The atmosphere represents the balance of the natural terrain and the self-sufficient lifestyle of the time. An 18th century farmhouse is enclosed by a basic wooden fence with a weathered split rail pattern. The fence extends along the property's boundary, with rough wooden slats set in a zigzag manner to indicate the limit of the land. In certain areas, the fence is complemented with short stone walls composed of irregular field stones that have been hand-stacked and coated in moss, lending an aged and characterful appearance. These fences and stone walls hold cattle while designating land boundaries, fitting in seamlessly with the rural scenery and demonstrating both tradition and practical utility. hand-dug well is located in front of an 18th century farmhouse and is a vital feature of the household. The well is constructed of fieldstone piles, forming a robust spherical structure with a wooden roof and a pulley mechanism for drawing water. An old wooden bucket hangs from the end of a rope, waiting to be lowered into the chilly depths of the well. The stones around the well's base are polished from continuous use, and the surrounding earth reveals indications of extensive movement. The well is the household's lifeline, providing water for cooking, cleaning, and drinking while also contributing to the rural, self-contained ambience surrounding the farmhouse. Behind the 18th century farmhouse, there is an old barn and various structures that are necessary for the farm's daily activities. The barn, built of worn wooden planks with a sloping roof, stands solidly, its enormous double doors slightly ajar, displaying piles of hay and farm gear inside. Next to the barn, a smaller building with rough wooden beams held the cattle, while a rudimentary chicken coop encircled by a low wooden fence kept a few birds pecking on the ground. These structures are functional and well used, displaying signs of age but still solid, symbolizing the self-sufficient lifestyle and hard labor on the farm. The described setting reflects the peaceful production of country life. An 18th century farmhouse stands proud, with a basic and symmetrical colonial architecture. The facade is encased in worn wooden planks and painted in soothing colors, with a gable roof that slopes symmetrically on each side. The front of the home has standard windows, each with somewhat aged but still functional wooden shutters. The front door is centrally situated between the windows and is accompanied by a modest stone terrace. The building's clean lines and balanced proportions convey a sense of order and functionality, while the substantial stone foundation links it to the surrounding landscape. This farmhouse mixes basic beauty with the efficiency of colonial-era building, resulting in a timeless, tranquil charm. A small, rustic log home is surrounded by a peaceful natural scenery, and a well-kept stone path leads to the front porch. The path is lined with lavender plants and other greenery, which provide color and brightness to the landscape. As evening comes, the cabin's warm wooden construction, illuminated by soft light from the windows and porch, creates a welcoming ambience. The hut is placed in the middle of an open field, with trees in the background creating a quiet and tranquil atmosphere. The entire scene exudes calm, beauty, and ideal as a country vacation. The garden of this property exudes natural beauty, with beautiful green grass, vivid flowers, and plants flourishing in the front yard of an old stone house. This property has a tranquil and natural ambience, as it is surrounded by forests. On one side, a wooden fence gives a pleasant, rustic atmosphere. The big farm field behind the house contributes to the open and natural feel. The garden creates a delightfully serene ambience, ideal for enjoying the tranquility of the countryside. The garden of this property provides a breathtaking picture, with beautiful flowers, lush green grass, and a variety of plants gracing the front yard of an old stone house. Surrounded by forests, the house blends seamlessly with its natural environment. A basic wooden fence surrounds the backyard, with a little path going to a huge field on one side, creating a stunning and soothing natural setting. This garden offers the image of a beautiful countryside, as if it were the perfect spot to relax and enjoy nature's tranquility. The garden of this property is lovely, with vibrant flowers, fresh green grass, and stone walls that lend character to the area. In the distance, the house looks to be encircled by woods and fields, creating a serene natural setting. The exquisite wooden fence in the front adds to the whole attractiveness. This lovely view captures nature's splendor at its peak, making it the ideal place to relax and enjoy the tranquil calm of the countryside. The house's landscape is stunning, with vibrant flowers and well-kept green grass. A tiny cobblestone road leads to the house's lovely veranda, which features attractive plants hanging in front of the entry. The home itself has a rustic appearance, with red brick walls and wooden accents on the roof and porch pillars. The front garden is surrounded by bright yellow daisy-like flowers, scarlet flowers, and various vegetation, creating a joyful and energetic atmosphere. Surrounded by trees and plants, the residence has a lush and warm environment, making it a great spot to unwind in the splendor of nature. A serene rural view with a stone road leading to a modest wooden cottage. A garden along the path is packed with vividly colored flowers, such as orange and yellow, giving the area a natural and attractive sense. A wooden fence with well-kept green grass surrounds the courtyard. The background is covered in large trees, giving it a quiet and shady atmosphere, as if the house is in the middle of a serene forest. The whole mood of this place is quite quiet and natural, and it invites a sense of tranquility via the simple beauty of nature. The countryside is peaceful and picturesque, with a small, quaint-looking but welcoming cottage at its center. The house features a classic thatched roof and a stone chimney, providing the sense of a basic but quiet lifestyle. In front of it, there is a row of perfectly ordered vegetable gardens, where diverse plants thrive and flowers bloom. The backdrop in the background is dominated by lush trees and distant mountains, creating a tranquil and relaxing feeling. This scene appears to reflect a country life full of peace and simplicity, where nature and man coexist. Perfect for representing a lifestyle based on simplicity and harmony with nature. A cozy country cottage with a welcoming atmosphere. The house is painted a brilliant orange, which contrasts nicely with the dark wooden beams and shuttered windows. The roof is built of traditional clay tiles and features two little chimneys that create the illusion of a warm fire inside. The house stands on a lush green lawn, surrounded by a well-kept garden full of vibrant flowers, particularly those in brilliant red and yellow. Potted plants adorn the front veranda, while vines provide a sense of wildness to the house's exterior. Tall trees in the background give a serene backdrop, with mountains and cloudy skies hanging behind them, as if foreshadowing a quiet afternoon or rainstorm.